Hey and welcome to Throne and Liberty with Aragon. So here I want to cover how you can easily get over 2000 combat power without paying a penny and as soon as you've hit level 50. You can see step by step exactly what you need to obtain in order to achieve this. So as you begin the game, you'll be just at 250 base combat power. As soon as you equip 2 grey weapons, which you'll get through the tutorial, you get 80 points. You'll have 9 different skills starting out, and they'll give you about 18 points. So then I'd recommend just leveling up in the game. Get through your adventure codex. You will get gear and equipment throughout. Just go and equip that, and at some point you'll get tutorials which will require you to go to the different crafters, and I recommend just getting that green stuff, and you can even level it up straight away as it suggests as well. But eventually you'll have everything completed. You'll be level 50 and you'll be wondering, how do I get this combat power high enough to at least unlock, say, the co-op dungeons, which need 1600? Well, we can do that very easily, as again, step by step here, and you'll want to start doing some upgrading with initially your skills. You can do this as you progress while leveling. However, it is recommended to know what skills to upgrade. This is the general setup I recommend with the crossbow and daggers, and you'll go level up these skills. Get them all to the minimum of level 1 blue. You'll do that by right clicking them and then using your growth books. For example, we'll level up a green skill. We have more than enough extra growth books that's no problem. And you'll just invest those growth books, giving it XP and leveling them up. And once you get to level 6, you basically get to level 1 on blue. So level 5 is like the max here. And then we get to level 6. Which is essentially level 1 blue. So you do that on all of your skills. And at level 50, you'll have all of them unlocked. So now you have 13 skills. 12 here plus your dodge ability, which yes, you can upgrade too. That will contribute to over a 234 power gain. Then you want to get the passive skills upgraded to blue as well. That's another 72 points. So you should be over like 550 combat power, which we can see we are. We are a little bit more than that because I have some skills even upgraded to purple. From there, it's about getting gear. Now, again, while you did the chapters through the Adventure Codex, you should have gotten gear. So chapter 4, when it's complete, you choose one of these 3 rings. Generally, make your choice based on what stats you're going for with your build. You have attack stats, protection stats, and just be aware which ones actually affect your heals if you're going as a healer build. But go ahead and equip that ring, and you also want to then get it leveled up. You'll do that through the equipment enchanting here, selecting the item you want to level up, and then you'll invest XP into it. And you should have a lot of these extra growth stones. Upon reaching level 50, I had over 600 armor and accessories growth stones, which over 250 weapon growth stones, which is generally going to be enough to get those items maxed out, except 1 or 2, which I do show in here, are still on level 6, but nonetheless, you're getting total combat power over 2000. So you can, when you obtain the ring, work on getting it upgraded with the growth books as you obtain them. When you complete chapter 5, you will obtain a weapon. Choose your main hand one, get that slotted, and get that upgraded as soon as you can, spending those growth books. They're different. You're going to be spending weapon growth books on these versus the ring which you obtained earlier. You're spending accessory growth stones. So again, as you level up, do this, and if you're already max level, make sure you're doing that now. Get those blue weapons upgraded. Just be aware of the transfer system. Say for example you have some blue boots and you upgraded like some green boots, make sure and go and transfer the green boots into like the blue boots to give them the XP that you spent on the green ones. You will do that when you're going from blues to purples as well, upgrading the purples to rank 7 and 30%, and then putting your max blues into them. But now you do like chapter 6, you get your blue headpiece here. Again, choose based on the stats you need, get that one upgraded, and you should at this point be over 1,000 combat power. After that, you're going like chapter 7, you obtain these arms, choose the right one, then get that upgraded too, and that's another 96 combat power. Then you'll get your blue legs from chapter 8, your blue feet from chapter 9, and you'll get a purple armor piece from chapter 10. You can see them in the codex here as well, and chapter 10, there you go. Get them all slotted in, and the legs perhaps you might not be able to upgrade to the max just yet, as you might not have enough of those rare armor growth stones. We didn't, so that's where we're at, and we just left it, but nonetheless you are over 1,300 combat power now. So what we miss is a blue offhand weapon. You'll be running, sure, a green one as a substitute that you might have crafted. We miss a cloak, we miss a necklace, a bracelet, a ring, and a belt. As per this table, I recommend getting them the easiest from the Lithograph book. All you will need to do is craft the green versions. Now you might run into the issue of not having enough materials to craft all of them. I will need to craft all 4 green crossbows in order to trade them in here at the Lithograph book to get the blue crossbow. And that's what you want to do. So in order to obtain these materials, you first of all need quality lithograph weapons. So we'll need 4 of those. And the best place to get them is going to be with your contract coins. The merchant is right here, and at the bottom, you can see that's where you can purchase them. So get like 4 of the weapon ones if you don't have them already. And if you aren't aware, the contracts, you want to be doing like level 50 ones. The pure light tower here, you speak to this guy and you claim 5 contracts. Try and also get the ones that give you the materials you need. Each gives you 30 of these coins, and you're able to do 10 contracts per day. More if you have them saved up. The other materials you should have a bunch already, particularly from these material chests that you obtained throughout leveling. If you need quality magic powder, I recommend just leveling up any old green item and then going and dissolving it. That'll give you like over 100 of that powder. You should easily have enough of those green growth stones to spend on gaining the powder that way. And then these polished crystals, again, you should have enough just by leveling. Then once you have all of the items crafted up, you will add them all to the Lithograph book. Then you claim the reward and you can equip it then. So you will do exactly that for first the weapon, then your cloak, then the necklace, then the bracelet, then like getting a blue ring and the blue belt, all of which you should be able to upgrade to level 9 with the growth stones that you obtained just by leveling up. If you need more, there is the secret dungeons. Make sure to do those challenges and they give a significant amount. After that, you will do more contracts, and each contract gives you more of these materials, which allows you to craft more of these growth stones. For example, we'll craft another 30 of those. So get all of those items and max them out to level 9. We again just have 1 ring on level 6, that's okay, and the legs are also still level 6. And then with also getting the weapon leveled up, you can see we're over 2,000 combat power. And that's very simply step by step what to do. From there, we will grind contracts, get more resources, max out our legs, max out this ring. Or at this point, we can already go into the max level co-op dungeons. We will have to study a bit the mechanics so we aren't letting down the team, and work towards getting some purple items. Just be aware that a purple item actually will give less combat power, as you can see here, when it's only on level 0. And upgrading them gets super expensive. So for now, at least if you're a free-to-play player, it can be better sticking with blue and perhaps working on the traits, particularly traits on weapons, like here with the crossbow, getting some cooldown speed. And then there are other ones you can get too. You can inspect the trait list just here, what the different weapons can give you, and ultimately hit chance, critical hit chance, and heavy attack chance are usually the best to go on weapons, and they're the most important traits. You don't really need to focus so much on your armor and accessory traits, as they in most cases will be defense orientated. If you're, say, a damage dealer, then yes, it's not that very important. You can again inspect the trait list right here, and all that this headpiece could give me is ranged evasion, ranged endurance, and max health. And I mean, they can be useful, but they're just survivability effects. They're not going to help you deal more damage. So ultimately, to get that later blue gear, get it from the Lithograph book. Craft the necessary green items, obtain that blue item, and then upgrade it, maxing it out. If you manage to do some co-op dungeons, the lesser ones, you can get some of extra blue equipment here. For example, getting a belt here, getting a bracelet, but otherwise, in most cases, you're going to have to resort to crafting with the Lithograph book for those accessories. You can see here we're going for the blue belt. We simply go to the crafter, the belt section, and we need to craft all of these green belts. We can see in the Lithograph book we have one of them, so don't duplicate it, but then go make sure to get all of the materials and craft those. We get the vigor one there, and then the deftness one. You should have, again, most of the materials from leveling up, except some powder, which again, just obtained by dissolving a leveled up green item. And there you go. We obtained that new blue belt, and we can go then to level it up with those growth stones. So hopefully this helps to cover how you can actually get there as a completely free-to-play player. The game pretty much just hands you all of those things, and you'll be left with nearly everything maxed out. Just short, like we said there, with the legs and one of the rings. But we can already work towards getting like purple equipment. You can go to your shop. You can spend a bunch of those coins to get 15 of these packs. You'll also get more of those blessing pouches through doing some of your contracts when you're lucky. And you can get a bunch of blue items here too, which then you could save yourself from having to do the Lithograph book. And then also with your weekly missions, you can get some purple equipment there too. So make sure you're doing those tasks. The more you do, the more chance you are getting what you want. And you only get like one reward out of all of them, but you get to reveal the reward when like the week's over. I got lucky and got this purple crossbow, but it's not worth using until I get it significantly leveled up. And again, that's really expensive. I will initially get these stones by doing the rest of my secret dungeons, the Tl'dr's tower, but still not a whole lot, and it will take a lot of time to level up those purple equipments. But do definitely prioritize your purple weapons before any armor. That is definitely your next step from this guide. So hopefully this helps with step-by-step what to do to get all of that total combat power, and you should easily get over 2,000 just after you've hit level 50. I think the main issue most of you'll have is, what exact skills to actually upgrade, which ones are most useful to you. If you are playing Crossbow and Dagger, you can copy exactly this here. What I have on my power tray here is super useful, plus also having Merciless Barrage for like a multi-target setup. And again, like I said in a previous video, it doesn't really matter what gear you're upgrading for now. You can always go and transfer all the XP over into another if you get something better, or if you realize what you're using wasn't the best. Ultimately, thanks for watching. If this was somewhat helpful, consider leaving the video a like, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.